Hey everyone, welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm Dylan, and today we're talking about Destiny 2. So maybe you saw a trailer and thought it looked cool, or maybe, like my co-host, you were finally worn down and decided to give it a try. After all, the base game is free. But now you're enjoying it and wondering which of the many expansions is worth getting. What about the Season Pass? I'm here to give you my recommendations. If you just want the quick, easy answer without all the explanation, here it is. Just buy Lightfall. If you enjoy that and want to know where to go from there, come back and watch the rest of this video, or skip to the end where I'll have a graphic. The long answer is that Destiny 2 has 6 different expansions in addition to deluxe versions of some of those expansions, season passes, dungeon passes, and currency bundles available for sale. As a new or returning player, this can feel a bit confusing if you're looking to get the best bang for your buck. First, we'll start with the story expansions. The Forsaken Pack is listed for $19.99 and gives you access to over 20 exotic weapons, the Shattered Throne Dungeon, and the Last Wish Raid. Of the expansions, this one gets you the least actual content, but can still be worth it for the weapons and especially the dungeon and the raid. That said, I do not recommend you buy this before getting the other story expansions. I would also not recommend purchasing this pack at full price as it's frequently on sale. The Shadowkeep expansion is listed for $24.99 and takes players to the moon to confront a sinister evil. In addition to the campaign, it gives you access to new exotic weapons and armor, the Pit of Heresy dungeon, and the Garden of Salvation raid. This is currently the oldest campaign still available for the game, so if you're wanting to play through in order, this is the one to go for. That said, I do not recommend buying this expansion individually. The Beyond Light expansion is listed for $29.99 and takes players to Europa to harness the darkness and defeat their enemies. Of the older expansions, this one packs a punch as it unlocks the Stasis subclass for the player, in addition to the usual new weapons and armor. It does grant access to the Deepstone Crypt raid for 6 players, but does not come with one of the smaller dungeons for 3 players. The subclass alone makes it worth getting, but I would not recommend purchasing this one individually. The Witch Queen expansion is listed for $39.99 and features the highly lauded campaign that takes you into Savathun's throne world to fight against the Lucent Hive. It adds new exotic weapons and armors in addition to the Vow of the Disciple raid. The campaign is fantastic and definitely deserves all the praise it has gotten, so I would definitely recommend it, even if you'll probably need to watch some YouTube videos to understand the deeper story that's going on. Despite that, I would not recommend picking this one up individually. The Legacy Collection, listed for $59.99, is why I haven't recommended purchasing Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, and the Witch Queen, as it bundles them together for cheaper than you can get them individually. That said, I would not recommend purchasing this one for full price if you are new. The collection routinely goes on sale for around $20 to $30, so I would recommend waiting for a sale. Lightfall is the most recent expansion and is listed for $49.99. The campaign takes you to a secret city on Neptune as it is attacked by the forces of the big bad guy of the series, the Witness. You'll be able to unlock a new subclass called Strand that allows you to grapple around the city. As usual, you'll get access to new exotic weapons and armors in addition to a raid called the Root of Nightmares. Currently, purchasing it also nets you the Season Pass for Season 20, though still new. Initial impressions seem to be leaning towards the story and location not being quite as good as the Witch Queen, but overall it's still a solid campaign and gets you a new subclass. As the newest offering, I would recommend picking this up even at full price, although I don't think it hurt to just play the free content and see when this will go on sale. There is a version of this called Lightfall Plus Annual Pass that is listed for $99.99. This comes with Lightfall, all 4 season passes for the year, the Lightfall Dungeon Key for 2 future dungeons that will release in Season 21 and 23, instant access to an exotic assault rifle and some cosmetics, and some in-game resources each season. If you like the game and are planning on playing it throughout the entire next year, this version will get you everything you need to do so at a slight discount, and I feel okay recommending that purchase. If you are not sure if you will stick with Destiny and enjoy the dungeons and seasonal content, I would not recommend purchasing this, opting to pick those up piecemeal throughout the year, as this pack is not saving you all that much. The annual pass is currently the only way to play past seasonal content if you're coming in after Season 20. That said, if you are watching this in the later half of 2023 or the beginning of 2024, keep in mind that currently seasonal content goes away each February, so the closer to February we are, the less I would recommend picking up anything with the annual pass in it, unless you are planning on playing a ton of Destiny to get your money's worth. There are also a bunch of other smaller items and passes that you can buy in Destiny 2, so I'm going to break those down here. The biggest one would be the season passes. Destiny 2's ongoing story mostly plays out over the course of 4 seasons throughout the year. Each season will cost you around 1,000 silver, which equates to about $10. Buying the season pass will unlock the premium track on the pass, earning you more rewards. You'll also have access to the new activity of the season, typically a 3 to 6 player set of missions. A season lasts 3 months, and maxing out the pass isn't too challenging if you're playing regularly. If you're new, I don't think this is a must-buy on day 1, but you'll definitely get your bang for your buck. There is a caveat though. As the season pass rewards are no longer able to be earned after each season ends, even though you'll still be able to play the story and missions, you will be losing out on content if you purchase the pass and don't finish it. So be cautious when picking this up with less than a month or so remaining. All seasonal content goes away at the end of February each year, so also be cautious close to the end of that cycle. The Bungie 30th Anniversary Pack is listed for $24.99 and is a celebration of Bungie and the games that they've made. It grants access to new weapons and cosmetics inspired by some of their other creations, like Halo and Marathon. You also get access to the Grasp of Avarice dungeon and additional rewards from the Dares of Eternity activity. The dungeon is probably one of my favorites, so I think it's worth picking up if you like dungeons, but I would recommend waiting for a sale since it's usually only around $10 to $15 during a sale, and it's definitely one of the more content light of the offerings. The Witch Queen Dungeon Key is currently available for 2,000 silver, Destiny's premium currency. That equates to roughly $20, as that'll get you 2,300 silver. You'll get access to the 3-man dungeons Duality and Spire of the Watcher. Both of these are cool dungeons with unique mechanics that I personally have enjoyed a ton. I wouldn't recommend purchasing this until you try out some of the other dungeons, like Prophecy, for free, or some of the dungeons that have come with some of the other expansions. If you like dungeons, this is an easy recommend for me, as they are some of my favorites, but if you don't like dungeons, that's all this is. The Lightfall Dungeon Key, though not currently listed at the time this video is being made, will be similar to the Witch Queen Dungeon Key. Likely listed for the same 2,000 silver price tag, you'll be able to play the 2 new dungeons that come out this year. As of now, we don't really know much other than that they are coming out in the summer and winter of 2023, but if you like dungeons and don't have the annual pass, this will be a good purchase. So to sum it up, I'd recommend picking up Lightfall first, as it's the most recent expansion. If you play and love that, definitely pick up the Legacy Collection, though you probably want to wait for a sale. I'd also recommend picking up the Season Pass for the current season, unless it's almost over. From there, you'll be able to try out some of every type of content in Destiny and purchase more of your favorite flavor as you go. If you have questions, or they release content that isn't covered in this video that you want to ask about, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to answer. If you like this video, consider leaving a like or comment to let us know that, and if you want to get notified when new videos go up, just hit that subscribe button. But with that, I'll leave you with a reminder to stay friendly, Guardians.